Hello and welcome back to Kitchen Table Math. Today we'll be working on Topic 9, Lesson 7. Topic 9, Lesson 7 is all about skip counting by 5, tens, and hundreds all the way up to 1,000. Now this is a big day for us. We're going to go and see 1,000 and really think about what that means in terms of place value. But there's something that I want you to remember. Place value is going to help us every day in Topic 9. All of these lessons are about looking at a number and seeing place value patterns. For example, today we're going to talk about how place value patterns and the number line, which you can see in front of you, can be used to help you skip count by fives, by tens, and by hundreds. The first thing I want you to do is take a look at this number line right here. At which number does the number line start? That's right, it starts at 400. Remember, reading a number line, it's one of those skills that we learned earlier on this year and you've probably learned before, but in case you forgot, we start with lesser numbers and we go to greater numbers. We're always going to start at the left and go to the right. By how much does the number increase as we move from the left to the right across the page, across the number line? And it goes up by 5 every time, from 400 to 405, from 405 to 410, from 410 to 415, 415 to 420. It's going up by 5 every time. There's a pattern right there. What pattern do you see in the ones digit though? Just looking at the numbers, you know it goes up by 5, but I want you to look at how we wrote the numbers in standard form, the numerals, and I want you to tell me what pattern you see. Well, just looking at the ones place, I see a pattern of 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, and that's going to continue 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 5, 0, 5. Let's take a look at a slightly different number line. What is the same about this number line and what is different? For those of you who've been looking really closely, you might have noticed both number lines started at 400. Here's a 400. Here's a 400. Both of these number lines skip count. Neither of these number lines just go up by 1. The first number line shows skip counting by 5s, but this one doesn't show up by 5s. This one is different because this one shows skip counting by hundreds. So take a look at what it looks like when we're skip counting by hundreds. Does the tens digit change? Good, no it doesn't. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's not always going to be 0, but it's not going to change when we skip count by hundreds. Does the one digit change when we skip count by hundreds? Quite right. Just by looking at the ones digit here all the way at the end, you can see it's not changing. 0, 0, 0. It's not changing. Again, it may not always be a 0, but if you're counting by hundreds, your ones digit isn't going to change. Does the hundreds digit change? Good. By now you can see that yes, the hundreds digit does change, and I haven't shown you yet with my finger, but before I do, I want you to tell me how the 100 digits change as we count by hundreds. Very good. That's right. It goes up by 1 each time. Look. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and here it goes back to 0, but there's going to be a new digit there. There's going to be thousands. We're taking all 10 hundreds, we're bundling them together, and so there's no hundreds left, and instead we're making 1,000. But we're not going to talk about that today so much. We'll really talk more about that in the future. For today, I want you to focus on making your own number lines. You can see I've drawn my own number line, and I've done it twice. Your number lines do not have to be perfectly neat. Take a look I corrected my own number line when it wasn't that neat. But what's really important is that we have them nicely labeled and we make them nice and large so we can skip count on them. One last question. I've shown you skip counting by fives and by hundreds on a number line. But before you go, I want you to tell me when you skip count by tens on the number line, what digit changes? Very good, the tens digit. So this is going to help me. Now that I know these patterns, now that I know that when I skip count by hundreds, the 100-digit changes, when I skip count by tens, the 10-digit changes, that's going to help me. I'm going to take my red marker and I'm going to make one more number line. And you see again, it's nice if it's neat, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going to throw out my paper just because I made a mistake. I'm going to start labeling it. And let's start at 400 again. 400, 400, whoops, 10, 430, 450. Knowing how to skip count on a number line is going to be really important because I'm going to have number lines with missing numbers. So I'm going to show you right now. There's a missing number right here that I have to fill in and a missing number right here that I have to fill in. In order to skip count on my number line, I'm going to need to know what the pattern is. Well, if I know what the pattern is to that last question I asked you, what digit changes each time you skip count by tens, I can figure this out. I know I'm counting by tens, so my tens digit is going to change, and this is going to be 420. Tens digit changes, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So there's going to be 4 tens here. 4 tens goes to 5 tens. What would be the next number? Very good, 460. How did you figure that out? That's right. You know that when you're skip counting by tens, it's the 10 digit that changes. Each time you count 10 more, the tens go up by 1. This has been Kitchen Table Math. I hope to see you guys again soon, and I hope that this helps you guys. Have a really good day. Goodbye.